Trading is an endless marathon. Don't let 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, or even 1 month to define you as a trader. Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here with the daily market recap. Please hit the like, subscribe, and without further ado, let's see the charts. Another day, another round in the great battle between bears and bulls, and in this round today, bears won this round. Price back inside this short-term downtrend channel. So let's see where price will finish on Friday. And Monday we have holiday. No trading on Monday. Stock market is closed. Washington's birthday. On the weekly, we can see another doji, another inside weekly candle, indecision all across the board. So if the market cannot decide, we certainly cannot decide if to go long or short, unless Friday will close below 405 or above 416.50, which most probably will not happen. QQQ back inside this downtrend channel. 301 needs to hold, otherwise this downtrend line, the lower downtrend line, will get retested. All we have to do, sit and wait to see where price will take us, following price using levels and trend lines to manage our risk. And we have this trend line over here also. It got broken to the downside. Now let's see 301 and this line over here. Dow Jones looks like bulls are starting to give up on trying to break above the 343. Looking left, since November, 3 months, bulls are trying, but this red trend line, bears are holding it strong. Now this trend line needs to hold, otherwise 327 to the downside on the Dow Jones, and we have still double bottom, triple top, double top, triple top scenario. So 333 needs to hold, otherwise 326 and 316 to the downside. IWM showing relative strength to the big brothers, holding above this red trend line. This red trend line goes all the way back to September 2022. IWM holding inside the uptrend channel for now, but we can see 193 is a very strong and tough resistance, breaking to the downside 188 and maybe all the way back to 182. Bitcoin on the daily, as we can see, this red trend line since September 2022, each and every time price reached, tried to break above, got rejected back to the downside. Now let's see where Bitcoin will take us. Ethereum back below this 1670, 1680 area. If you're following me on Twitter and you saw my previous videos, you know and you recognize this 1670, 1680 area as a very tough resistance for Ethereum bulls. Only by looking left, look how many times it tried and failed. SMH continuing sideways move. This trend line is holding strong resistance. 241 needs to hold a support, otherwise this gap over here at the 237, 238 will get filled. 231, and then we have all the levels to the downside for future potential support. Shopify melting to the downside, finishing the day 16% to the downside. Now, as we said, 80% of all gaps will get filled, and if you saw yesterday's video, we anticipate that if Shopify will fail to impress in the earnings, this gap will get filled. Let's see where it's headed. On the other side, we have a gap to the upside. So, if you are a bull on Shopify, this is your positive point of view. Apple, another day failing for continuation above the 154 or 155. We have a double top scenario on Apple. If this scenario will validate, we are going to close 146 gap to the downside. Google tried to bounce, failed, and closed below the 96 area. Now 93 needs to hold. AMD, trend lines are the true support resistance for price action, and as we can see, since earlier February, each and every day, lower highs, lower lows, 76 need to hold, otherwise this gap will get filled, and then we have this trend line and the 73 as next potential support. Tesla breaking below, back below the 204 area. On the weekly, same thing. Zoom out to get a better point of view on price action, and as we can see, second consecutive doji on the weekly on Tesla below 204 for now. We have one more day on this week. Let's see if Tesla can close above the 204 or this 204 remains a very strong resistance for Tesla bulls. Next is NVDA, basically hovering around this yellow trend line, but if we zoom out, we can see NVIDIA is still in an uptrend until proven otherwise. Netflix continuing bouncing between the 343 and the 370. In this case, this past week, failing to break above the 362 area. We can see over here, we can put a line. So all this area, 362, 370 is a very tough resistance for Netflix. 344 needs to hold, otherwise the gap at the 325 will get filled and this yellow trend line will get retested. And of course, everything you see in here on this video and on other videos on my channel is for educational purposes only. And in this point, I would like to ask you, please hit the like, subscribe, help me grow this channel, will be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Microsoft, another day, another doji to the downside. Now, let's clean the chart. We have this red trend line needs to hold as support. It was a very strong support. November, December, then it became resistance. Now needs to hold once again as support. Otherwise, this yellow trend line will get retested as support. And oil, as you can see, just sliding back down. 77 needs to hold. Otherwise, we have all these levels to the downside for future support. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, and don't forget, check the links in the description below. My first ever ebook about the psychology behind trading. Until the next video, stay safe.